and what are related to photoelectric effect. So different scientists, they studied this experiment and they gave their experiment results. And what are those? We shall see one by one. So here, the basic definition of photoelectric effect is the phenomenon of photoelectric effect is one of the phenomena in that liberation of electron from the surface of the metal takes place under the influence of light, but it consists of suitable frequency. So this phenomenon we are going to call that one as photoelectric effect. So this is the basic definition of photoelectric effect. And next point, the liberation of electrons, we are going to call those as photoelectrons. And photoelectron in motion, it consists of a photoelectric current. Got this one? So this is the basic meaning of photoelectric effect, or photoelectric effect is one of the phenomenon of liberation of electron from the metal surface under the influence of light of suitable frequency. So that we are going to call photoelectric effect. And as I told, this photoelectric effect was studied by different scientists. So first, Hertz did the photoelectric effect and he studied about that and he observed some of the points related to photoelectric effect. What are those? Let us see. So therefore it is the heading it is given as Hertz observation related to photoelectric effect. So what he observed? The phenomenon of photoelectric emission was first discovered by the scientist Heinrich Hertz. So from that he observed that when light falls on the metal surface, some electrons near the surface, it absorbs enough energy from the incident radiation to overcome the attraction of positive ions. In the metal of the surface, what it happened? The electron escaped from the surface of the metal by absorbing the energy into the surrounding space after gaining sufficient energy from the incident light. So this is the observation observed by the Heinrich Hertz related to photoelectric effect. So go through it and try to understand this one. Got this one? Later, photoelectric effect was studied by different scientists, that is Halbach and Lenard. Those two scientists also studied about photoelectric effect and they gave their observation related to photoelectric effect. First, it was studied by Heinrich, that is Hertz, and later photoelectric effect was studied by some other scientists, that is Halbach and Lenard. So therefore it is named as Halbach and Lenard observation on photoelectric effect. So this Hertz observation, you got this one? Everyone understood this one? You go through that paragraph and try to understand that one. Because first he did the experiment, and after doing that experiment, from that experiment, what it happened. So that only he mentioned. So photoelectric emission was first discovered by Heinrich Hertz, and he observed that when a light falls on metal surface, when light falls on metal surface, what it happens? Some electrons near the surface absorbs enough energy from the incident radiation. Why they are going to absorb the energy? To overcome the attraction of positive ions in the metals of the surface. So the electrons, after absorbing sufficient amount of energy, they escape from the metal surface. Only this much he observed from that experiment. So the electron escapes from the surface of the metal into the surrounding space by gaining sufficient of energy from the incident light. So this is the observation made by Hertz related to photoelectric effect. Got this one? So what he is going to do is photoelectric experiment setup ಬಗ್ಗೆ we are going to study further. But from that experiment, when light falls on the metal surface, so the electrons, they are going to absorb sufficient amount of energy, and by absorbing the energy, so the incident radiations to overcome the attraction of positive ions in the metals of the surface, and the electron, by absorbing sufficient amount of energy, they escape from the metal surface. So this much he come to know from that experiment. So go through the textbook or go through these paragraph. Definitely after reading once, twice or thrice, definitely you can capable to understand this one. I hope you got this one. Later, another scientist, Halwach and Lenard, they also did the photoelectric effect. And what they observed, their observations are mentioned here. So therefore it is named as Halwach and Lenard observation related to photoelectric effect. Later, first who studied that one? So photoelectric effect first studied by, that is Hertz. Later, so first it was studied by Hertz itself, and later photoelectric effect studied by another two scientists, Heinrich Hertz. So later it was studied by some other two scientists, that is Halwach and Lenard. And they also studied the about photoelectric effect, and they gave what they observed from that experiment in the form of a points. It is mentioned here. And they also did the experiment, and from that experiment, what are the results they observed? Only those observations are mentioned here. The first point is, when ultraviolet radiations were allowed to fall on the emitter plate of an evacuated glass tube enclosing two metal plates, current flows in the circuit. So this was the first point they observed from photoelectric effect. Second point. So no current flows. When no current flows? When ultraviolet radiations were stopped. Means when ultraviolet radiations are stopped, there is no flow of current. So no, second point is no current flows when ultraviolet radiations were stopped. And related to photoelectric effect, third point they observed is negatively charged zinc plate connected to electroscope lost its charge. When it is going to lose? When it was illuminated by ultraviolet light. And fourth point, later they observed the uncharged zinc plate becomes positively charged. When it is going to become positively charged means when it was illuminated by ultraviolet light. Next point, the positive charge on a positively charged zinc plate was found to be further increased when it was illuminated by ultraviolet light. And later, from these observations, Hallward came to conclusion that what he concluded from all these above observation means negatively charged electrons were emitted from the zinc plate under the action of ultraviolet light. So he concluded this statement from all these above observations. And Leonard observed that when ultraviolet light of frequency less than the threshold frequency of the emitter plate fell on the emitter plate, no electrons were emitted. And this observation showed that different metals emit different electrons by different electromagnetic radiations. The conclusion from all these observations related to photoelectric effect, Hallward concluded that negatively charged electrons were emitted from the zinc plate under the action of ultraviolet light, and Leonard observed that when ultraviolet light of frequency less than the threshold frequency of the emitter plate, so that fell on the emitter plate, no electrons were emitted. And this observation showed that different metals emit electrons by different electromagnetic radiation. Got this one? So these are some of the observations did by the scientists Leonard and Hallward related to photoelectric effect. So if you want to note down, you can note down. So just remember these observations related to photoelectric effect that is observed by Hallward and Leonard. Everyone understood this one? So just remember the observation because photoelectric effect experiment. So we are going to study it in detail. Yes, good. Shall we move to next concept? Yes. So next we are going to study the experiment to study photoelectric effect, means what it consists of. So before, photoelectric effect was studied by different scientists that we come to know. And in order to study the photoelectric observation, so it consists of one apparatus, so that we are going to call here related to experimental setup of photoelectric effect. We are going to explain in detail. So therefore, it is named as experiment to study of photoelectric effect. So many scientists, they gave their observation related to photoelectric effect. So in before session, you learned what is the meaning of photoelectric effect. That is one of the phenomenon. And that phenomenon is studied by different scientists and they gave their observations related to photoelectric effect. So same thing here we are going to see about photoelectric effect apparatus setup, what it consists of and how it is going to work annodana we are going to see here. So this is the experimental setup. It consists of photosensitive plate and quartz window, S andre source, evacuated glass tube, commutator, mu A andre microampere, A andre that is anode, C andre cathode. That is already mentioned in the while explaining the experimental setups. So this dotted it is shown here. So that represent that is electrons, flow of electrons. And this is the battery and this is the voltmeter and this is commutator. So mainly photoelectric effect setup, it consists of different parts like quartz window, source, photosensitive plate, anode, cathode, electrons, evacuated glass tube, commutator and microammeter, and it consists of voltmeter. So this is the setup. Is it visible to everyone? Already this experimental setup clearly mentioned in the textbook, like as it is. So go through the textbook after the end of the session in order to revise. So here I am going to explain about experimental setup. So the experimental arrangement for the study of photoelectric effect, it consists of an evacuated glass or quad tube we are going to call. So containing a photosensitive plate C. So in the diagram it is mentioned C means that is cathode. So the experimental arrangement of for the study of photoelectric effect, it consists of an evacuated glass or you can call that one as quartz tube. So containing a photosensitive plate that is represented in the diagram by C. C represents cathode. An electron emitter anta kariti. So this one we are going to call electron emitter. And metal plate is mentioned by the letter A. A means that is. So A is mentioned here. That is anode. An electron collector we are calling this one. A means that is electron collector. This C cathode is electron emitter and anode is electron collector. A is the letter that is used to represent anode and C is the letter used to represent cathode. Got this one? In this experiment, we are using monochromatic light. What is monochromatic light? It consists of a single wavelength. Light which consists of single wavelength we are going to call monochromatic light. So monochromatic light from the source S. So S represent that is the source we are using of sufficiently short wavelength after passing the quartz window. Means source, when we pass from the source, light is falling on this quartz window. And after passing through the quartz window, then through photosensitive plate, it is going to enter falls on the C. C is nothing but that is cathode or electron emitter. After passing through the quartz window, that is allowed to fall on the plate C. So C is the letter used to represent electron emitter. So what it happened? From the source, light it is going to enter through quartz window that falls on the photosensitive plate C. So after that, as a result, the plate C, what it happens? As a result, the plate C is nothing but you have to think in your mind. C letter is used to represent electron emitter. So it emits the electrons. The electric field created by the battery. So when the light falls on this cathode plate C, electric field was created the battery. So here it is battery shown here that exercise the liberated electrons towards the plate anode. So A is the letter used to represent anode, that is nothing but electron collector. The flow of photoelectrons gives rise to photoelectric current. So that flow of electrons, that is nothing but photoelectric current, and photoelectric current that is measured by the device called microammeter. So here flow of electrons that is measured by a device called microammeter. Always current is measured in terms of ampere. So here, in order to measure the flow of electrons, we are using a device called microammeter that is already shown in the setup. And the voltameter is represented by V. Voltameter, symbolically it is represented by V, that is used to measure the potential difference. So here two devices we are using, one is microammeter and second device we are using voltameter. Voltameter is used to measure the potential difference, and that flow of electrons is measured by a device called microammeter. Got this one? So this is microammeter. So V is the device, that is nothing but voltameter. And this is battery. So here the potential difference that is exists between emitter and the collector. Potential difference exists between emitter and the collector plate A. The polarity of the plate C means cathode, A means anode, can be reversed by a device called commutator. So that is already shown here, commutator. So this is all about experimental setup. Got this one? So once if you understand the experimental setup, with that setup only you can possible to explain in your own words. So experimental arrangement for the study of photoelectric effect consists of an evacuated glass tube containing photosensitive plate C and metal plate A. A is nothing but anode, or it is a electron collector you can call. And when monochromatic light from the source of sufficiently short wavelength, when it falls by passing on the quartz window, it is allowed to fall on the plate C. As a result, it emits the electrons. Electric field created by the battery, it accelerates the liberated electrons towards the plate A. The flow of photoelectrons gives rise to photoelectric current. So that is measured by a device called microammeter, and voltmeter is used to measure the potential difference between cathode and anode. Polarity of the plates C and A can be reversed by a device called commutator. Got this one? So this is all about experimental setup of photoelectric effect. What it consists of. When light falls on photosensitive material, what it happen, and the polarity can be reversed. We can possible to change by using a device called commutator. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಏನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊನೋಕ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಲೈಟ್ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಂಡೋ ಇಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫೋಟೋ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಕ್ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ಯಾವ ಸೈಡ್ ಇಂದ? ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ಇಂದ ಆನೋಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತ. ಆ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಡ್. ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತ. ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ವೋಲ್ಟಾಮೀಟರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತ. ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುವಾಗ that flow of electrons is measured by microammeter. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಪೊಲಾರಿಟಿ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ that is we can possible to change the polarity by using commutator. Got this one? Experimental setup ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? I hope you got this one. This is all about experimental setup of photoelectric effect. Next, so related to photoelectric effect, what are the observations from the experimental setup? So those are also called as laws of photoelectric emission. So nodre, the what we discussed above is that is related to experimental setup. So from that experimental setup, so we can possible to study the experimental observation of photoelectric effect. So what are the experimental observation studied by different scientists? So that is also called as laws of photoelectric emission. Experimental observation of photoelectric effect. So that is also called as laws of photoelectric emission. So related to photoelectric effect, different scientists they studied, and related to experimental observation. So these are some of the points that is observed by the scientists. First point, photoelectric emission is instantaneous. Why? Because as soon as light of particular frequency falls on the metal, it emits photoelectrons, without any delay. Therefore, the process of photoelectric emission is instantaneous, we call. This is the first point observed by the experimental observation. So second point, for a given photometal, there is a particular frequency. So below which no photoelectric emission occurs. So this minimum frequency, what we are going to call, that is called as threshold frequency of the metal. Always threshold frequency of the metal in physics language, it is always represented as V0. So from now onwards, you have to remember always threshold frequencies of a metal is represented by V0. Threshold frequency is nothing but minimum frequency. So for a given photometal, there is a particular frequency below which no photoelectric emission occurs. So this minimum frequency, what we are going to call? We are going to call that one as threshold frequency of the metal, and that is always represented by symbol V0. And third point, third observation is, if the frequency of the incident radiation is greater than the threshold frequency. What is threshold frequency? Minimum frequency we are going to call threshold frequency. So frequency of the incident radiation is greater than the threshold frequency of the metal, then electrons are emitted even if the intensity of the incident radiation is low. So this is the third observation observed by the experiment, that is photoelectric effect. And fourth observation, for a given frequency of radiation, so that is greater than threshold frequency. So what is the meaning of threshold frequency? Frequency, it is the minimum frequency we are going to call threshold frequency. For a given frequency of radiation that is greater than threshold frequency of a metal, photoelectric current is directly proportional to intensity of the incident radiation. So this implies number of photoelectrons emitted per second is directly proportional to intensity of the incident radiation. So in this statement, with the help of graph that is shown here, so the graph is plotted versus photoelectric current versus intensity of light. So when we plot that graph, the nature of graph, how it is? It is from this photoelectric current, so that is directly proportional to intensity of incident radiation. So from this, what we come to know that is number of photoelectrons emitted per second. So that is directly proportional to the intensity of the incident radiation. This is the fourth observation related to experimental observation of photoelectric effect. Fifth one. The kinetic energy of emitted photoelectrons is independent of the intensity of incident light. And the sixth observation is kinetic energy of emitted photoelectrons it depends on frequency of incident radiation. The greater the frequency of radiation, greater is the kinetic energy of the emitted electrons. And the next observation, when the anode is made negative with respect to cathode, the photoelectric current does not fall to zero immediately. So nature of the graph is that is already shown in right hand side. So this is plotted versus stopping potential versus photocurrent, or photocurrent versus collector plate potential graph is mentioned here for different intensity of incident radiation. So nature of graph, it looks like this. I will explain this one. So when an anode is made negative with respect to cathode, the photoelectric current does not fall to zero immediately. So this indicates that emitted electrons have certain initial kinetic energy. As anode is made more and more negative, the photoelectric current goes on decreasing. Finally, it becomes zero. So how it is going to vary, it is mentioned here. So this negative potential of the anode, that we are going to call stopping potential. So what is the meaning of stopping potential? Negative potential of the anode is called a stopping potential. So therefore in the graph it is mentioned here. Negative potential is mentioned on left side of the graph here. Or this stopping potential, you can call that one as cutoff potential. So even if the intensity of the incident radiation is increased, no electron reaches the anode. So therefore, stopping potential is independent of intensity of the incident radiation. So here right side, it is the graph is shown here. It is plotted photocurrent versus collector plate potential for different intensity of incident radiation. I1 andra first intensity, second intensity, third intensity. So here from this, intensity of radiation for I3 is greater than I2, and intensity of radiation for I2 is that is greater than I1. So compared with a different intensity of radiation, and all the intensity of radiations, they are going to meet at a certain point. So that is represented as minus V naught, that is nothing but stopping potential. When I plot the graph of photocurrent versus collector plate potential, the nature of the graph, it looks like this. And the last observation related to photoelectric effect is, if the frequency of the incident radiation is increased, stopping potential is also increased to more negative value. Therefore, stopping potential is directly proportional to the frequency of the incident light. Hence, kinetic energy of photoelectrons so the nature of the graph, how it is going to vary, that is already shown here. So these are the graphs related to photoelectric effect. So when we plot the graph of photocurrent versus collector plate potential, so the nature of the graph, it is shown here. In the textbook also it is mentioned here. So here, this is the variation of photocurrent with collector plate for different frequency of the incident radiation. So minus V naught. So this is the origin, and these are the positive values and these are the negative values. So therefore it is named as retarding potential means all the potential for all variation of photoelectric current with collector plate potential for different frequency of incident radiation is plotted. So this is the saturation point, and V1, V2, V3, those are the frequencies, sorry, nu1, nu2, nu3, those are the frequency for different radiations. Nu1 under frequency of first incident ray, nu2 is the frequency of second incident ray, nu3 is the frequency of third incident ray. Like that, from this graph we come to know that so nu3 is greater than nu2 and nu2 is greater than nu1, means frequency of the incident radiation for third is greater than second one and second is greater than first one. So adhe tara, the variation of stopping potential versus frequency of incident radiation for different photosensitive metal ಗೆ graph ಹಾಕಿದ್ರ nature of graph ಈ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, for metal A and this is for metal B. So frequency of incident radiation versus stopping potential for different metals ಹಾಕಿದ್ರ nature of graph it looks like this. So please go through it and try to practice all these concepts. And some more concepts we'll discuss in next session. Thank you.